bat, number 1, Megan Hill. State number 20, Alyssa Anderson. Now batting for Wallace State, number 21, Caroline Burns. Now batting for Wallace State, number 19, Charlie West. After 5.5, Wallace scored 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. Score is now Lakeland 8, Wallace 15.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, that's where they know the season.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to St. George, Utah, at the Canyons Complex. We are on field number 4. We're supposed to be back on field number 5. So the preparation side of me still had everything there from game 1. So they announced it last minute, right at the conclusion of Three Rivers defeating Walters State out of Tennessee in their elimination bracket game.
Now up for Lakeland, number 10, Madeline Adams.
So they switched just to field 4, which you can tell in the background, another beautiful scenery here in St. George, Utah. But just like last night, we'll have a little bit of issue until the sun fully goes down with some of the shadowing, and I'll try to keep all that stuff updated for you as we refocus the lens on the iPad. As you know, the video you see and all the sound and everything is produced through an iPad and through a hotspot provided by Tyler Junior College. We'll go through the lineups real quick. Tyler, visitors on the scoreboard. Overall record 54-13. Batting first and in center field, Brianna Pasinger. Batting second in right field, number 15, Rebecca Snow. Batting third and at first base, number 19, Mackenzie Goswick. Batting fourth and catching, number 12, Shelby Court. Batting fifth, the designated player, number 35, Courtney Heller. Batting sixth at third base, number 17, Casey Moore. Batting seventh at shortstop, number 6, Casey Parker. Batting eighth and second base, number 8, Mackenzie Pete. And batting ninth in left field, number 4, Mackenzie Ryan. Getting the start in the circle for Tyler in this elimination bracket game is number 18, Abby Dart. Dart gets her third start of the tournament. And across the home team on the scoreboard is Three Rivers. Three Rivers comes out of District J, which is Region 16. Three Rivers Community College out of Missouri has a 43-15 record on the year. Their lineup, leading off and in center field, number 4, Sydney Elfrink. Batting second at shortstop, number 1, Kristen Carpenter. Batting third and catching, number 11, Gracie King. Batting fourth and at first base, number 5, Allison Pingle. Batting fifth and at left field, number 8, Allison Law. Batting sixth, the designated player, number 23, Peyton Gunn. Batting seventh and at second base, number 13, Sophie Wunderlich. Batting 8th and at right field, number 7, Cabrian Rogers. And batting 9th and at third base, number 22, Kristen Loman.
Now batting for Lakers, number 1.
In the circle for Three Rivers is number 24, Carly Burnett. And we're still a few minutes away. You can see the little bit of the edge of the teams on each side there. Winner of this one
Next up for the Lakers, 28, Hope Collier.
will play at noon tomorrow versus the winner of Howard College out of Big Spring, Texas, and Chipola out of Florida. Chipola lost a heartbreaker in 8 innings earlier this afternoon. In other Region 14, Galveston unfortunately dropped their matchup with Central Alabama. Don't have the score posted, but I know Central Alabama won that one, so Galveston, the other Region 14 representative, is now out of the tournament. 8 teams go home today. Tyler trying not to be one of them. For the full list of how to follow some of the games, you can go to ApacheAthletics.com, and the Softball Main news story has a link to the live stats for the tournament, as well as the link for the Game Changer link to follow the Apaches.
Next up for Lakeland, number 2, Haley Short.
Three Rivers defeated number 12 seeded Three Rivers defeated number 13 seeded Walter State out of Tennessee 12-4 in 6 innings on this field at the 5 o'clock start here local. So we're still waiting I know we're waiting on umpires and as the umpires are making their way behind us out to the field.
Welcome to the 7th
And
game on Field 4.
other Apache news.
Tyler Apaches, home team Three River Lady Raiders.
Baseball is in their District C tournament, trying to qualify for nationals. Currently in the bottom half of the 6th inning, TJC is leading Northlake 4-2. Northlake defeated Richland in the opening round game, and TJC being the winner of Region 14 with that head-to-head, that 7-game series with Coastal Bend. TJC got technically the first round bye, so this is the second game of the day for Northlake. So Apaches currently ahead 4-2 on that.
Next up for
As you can see, the
Alina Lance.
umpires are checking the back. Coach Wynn is waiting to visit with the umpires.
That is correct.
Once again, it's
Appreciate that.
win or go home time for both ball clubs. Apache's trying to make it to play that noon game local on Friday.
Leading off for the Apaches is Brianna Pasinger.
Let's go, Bree.
Leading off for Tyler here in the top half of the first is Brianna Pasinger, 440 average on the year, 193 at-bats, 80 runs scored, 85 hits, 17 doubles, 3 triples, 8 home runs, 44 RBIs. As she looks at ball one to start this elimination round game with Three Rivers out of Missouri. And that's foul down the first base line.
Hey, nobody better in there, huh? Watch out of the way, cut her in half.
1-1 pitch coming from Burnett. 2-1. And that one's going to end up foul. Goes right off the tip of the bat. To set the defense for Three Rivers. In the circle, Burnett behind the plate, King. Left to right across the infield, Lohman, Carpenter, Wunderlich, Pingle. As that count now goes to full. Left to right across the outfield, Law, Elfrink, and Rogers. And that's hit right over to second and gets the 4-3 out. Wunderlich to Pingle. Brings up Rebecca Snow.
Next up the wall is number 44, Kaylin Holcomb.
Next up for the Apaches, number 15, Rebecca Snow.
Snow, a 3.78 hitter. 196 at bats, 61 runs scored, 74 hits, 16 doubles, 1 triple, 8 home runs, and 48 RBIs. As she looks at ball one. Ball on the outside corner.
Hey, here you go. Get you one hot. Cut her in half.
And those watching will try to get those shadows out of focus.
Hey, your head. Be smart in there now, huh?
Oh no, it's a little dark with those shadows as the sun sets.
There you go. Be smart there.
From on towards the left field line. As Rebecca Snow
Let's go.
draws the walk, brings up Mackenzie Goswick.
Next at bat, number 19, first baseman, Mackenzie Goswich.
Looks at strike one.
Now batting for Wall Street.
0-1 pitch to Goswick. Called strike two. Movement towards the outside half. Oh, 2 pitch from Burnett. One bounces in and delays steal by Rebecca Snow. So she'll get caught stealing for out number 2. Stutter stepped on that one. So 1-2 count at the plate. 2 outs now, nobody out for Tyler here in the top half of the first. Goswick calls time.
Hey, here you go. Base here, huh?
As that one sails high for ball 2.
Let's go, guys.
Two pitch. Right back up the middle. Going to be a 1B9 or 1B8 in the scorebook. Brings up catcher Shelby Court in the 4-hole. Court, 396 average, 207 at bats, 65 runs scored,
Hey, Shell, let's go.
82 hits, 21 doubles, 1 triple, and tied with Courtney Heller in home runs with 11 and 74 RBIs. So with 2 outs, 1 on,
Hey, nobody better get you one hot.
Court now down 0-1 on the count.
Head down there, kid.
Now batting for
And that one bounces in. And Goswick did the same thing, thinking that it might get past the catcher, but able to slide in underneath the tag for a stolen base. So Goswick on second in scoring position, Cord at the plate. A 1-1 count. 2 outs. It looks at strike 2. One-two pitch. Up and away. Two balls, 2 strikes to Cord at the plate, 2 outs. And going to call the ball just outside the corners. So full count now, 2 outs, Goswick on second. And that one's going to hit foul down the third base line.
Next up for Wallace State, number 16, Tanner Robertson.
Reset a full count. And that's popped into right field, right into the sun, but able to get it is Rogers. So Court will go down by way of F9. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Apaches in the top half of the first.
Into the top of the first. 0
So we'll head down to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, course up. Elfrink, Carpenter, and King due up for Three Rivers. Scoreless here in St. George. We'll be back in a minute.
1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base.
Batting now for Wallace State, number 22, Sidney McKissick.
Leading off in the bottom of the first, center fielder, Lindsey Elfrink.
Now batting for Wallace State, number 11.
Got it.
Sidney Elfrink leads off for Three Rivers. Looks at strike 1. Elfrink a 2.56 average. 78 at bats, 20 runs scored, 20 hits. As looks at strike 2. Has 1 double, 6 RBIs on the year. And reaches out and touches that one to stay alive, fouls it back.
Wallace scored no runs on 1 hit, there were no errors, and 3 left on base.
And that one's just popped up, goes peppered just over the glove of Casey Moore at third. So she'll get a 1B5. So leadoff runner is on, brings up Kristen Carpenter.
Up now for the Lady Raiders, Kristen Carpenter.
Carpenter, 400 average, 195 at bats, 67 runs scored, 78 hits, 18 doubles, 1 triple 9 home runs, and 60 RBIs. As ball 1. That one's fouled back out of play.
Due up for Lakeland is number 10.
There you go, winner right here now.
Madeline
So 2
Allen.
quick foul offs. Now brings the count to 1-2. Gets her to chase that one on the outside for strike number 3. Brings up 3-hole Gracie King to the plate.
Gracie King.
King, 375 average, 184 plate appearances, 51 runs scored. First pitch swinging, 3 bounces to the wall. Runners coming around third. Going to be a slide in double. So Elfrink stays at third, or reaches third. King gets a 2B9.
Allison Pingle.
So with 1 out, runners at second and third. Allison Pingle. Team leading average 4.57 at the plate. As first pitch swing in, fouls that one off. Gossowit can't quite get to it, diving. 184 plate appearances for Pingle. 41 runs, 84 hits, 14 doubles, 19 home runs, and 78 RBIs. 0-1 count now from Dart. And that's hit out towards right center. 2 hops the fence. 1 run will score. Another one comes across. The tag is safe at second.
Holy cow.
So Elfrink will score from third. Gracie King from second. Allison Pingle
Allie Law.
gets a 2 RBI double to right. One 1-0 pitch from Dart. Ball 2 on the inside. One out. Swings through that one for strike 1. Check that. It's a 1-2 count. Can't get her to chase that one. Now 2-2.
Hey, let's go, Abby.
One out, runner on second. Allison Law looks at ball 3 on the outside. Law 3.22 average. 177 at bats, 44 runs scored, 57 hits, 11 doubles, 1 triple, 10 home runs, 40 RBIs on the year. And gets her to swing through that one for strike 3. Abby Dart in the circle. 1.94 ERA, 27-3 record, and 38 appearances.
Peyton Gunn.
37 starts, 13 complete games, 3 shutouts, 183 and 2/3 innings of work.
Coming into play for the Lakers, number 42, Kendall Hastings.
Has given up 119 hits, 64 runs, 51 of those earned, 86 walks, and 191 strikeouts. Going into this one. It's 2-1 at the plate for Peyton Gunn, the designated player. Gunn a 3.46 average. 2-1 pitch from Dart. That's popped up, going to be in play. Casey Moore able to snag that one right in front of the Three Rivers bench, so that'll be a F5, but not before the damage is done. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. So TJC trails after 1 complete, 2-0 over the Three Rivers. Due up for Tyler in the top half of the second. 5, 6, 7. Heller, Moore, and Parker. We'll be back in a minute.
So, bottom of the first. Lady Raiders, 2 runs, 3 hits, 0 errors, and 1 on base. Next to bat for the Apaches, Courtney Heller.
Now batting for Lakeland, number 1, Molly McElwee.
Courtney Heller leads it off for Tyler here in the top half of the second. Looks at strike 1. Heller a 400 average. And change up floats across the inside for strike 2. 165 plate appearances in 67 games. And gets her to chase that one on the outside for strike 3. Brings to the plate the 6 hole, number 17, Casey Moore.
Next up for the Lady Raiders, second base, Sophie Wonderlick.
As strike 1 on the outside. Change up working for Burnett out in the circle. Casey Moore quickly down 0-2. Chases that one on the outside, just makes contact. Gets the base hit out to right.
Wallace wins 15-13. Wallace, do not leave. Your next game is on Diamond 5, the same diamond you're on.
The field that we were supposed to be on.
Right fielder, Cabrian Rogers.
The Crow's Nest PA announcer is not sure what's going on, apparently. Announcing the opposite team as up to bat. So 1 out. At the plate now is Casey Parker. Casey Moore on first, and that one's fouled off. So 1-2 count. 1 out. Casey Moore at first. Casey Parker at the plate. Gets a hold of that high one, just puts it in play for a base hit. Casey Moore advances to second. Parker gets a single out to left. Brings up the 8-hole Mackenzie Pete.
Kristen Lohman.
Two
2 on, 1 out. Mackenzie Pete at the plate. Looks at strike one.
Hey, watch the other way now. You got this. Nobody better in there, huh? Head down and grip, kid.
Looks at ball one, just a little bit too inside from the first pitch. As you see, Pete put her hand over her visor to help shield some of that sun the way it's kind of coming in. It's setting, if you're standing at home plate, setting right over the Three Rivers dugout, right where that ball just went into the dugout at. So setting along the back mountain ridge. So 1-2 count for Pete at the plate, and gets her looking at the changeup. Strike three looking for Pete. Brings up the 9-hole Mackenzie Ryan. Looks at ball one low. Runners at first and second. Casey Moore at second, Casey Parker at first. Mackenzie Ryan at the plate with 2 outs. And that one's going to find the glove of right fielder Lohman. Took a stab at it and was surprised she got it. She'll step on the bag with the force out.
0 runs, 2 hits, 0 errors, and 2 left on base.
So 0 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for Tyler in the top half of the second. Due up for Three Rivers in the bottom half is 7, 8, and 9. Wunderlich, Rogers, and Lohman. We'll be back in a moment.
Now batting for Three Rivers, Sophie Wunderlich.
First pitch swinging for Wunderlich. It's going to bounce just over Casey Moore. So first pitch swinging gets a Wunderlich on base. Next up is Cabry and Rogers in the 8-hole.
Now batting right fielder number 7.
Another elimination game's going on right now. Seminole State out of Oklahoma is over Central Alabama. As at the first pitch swinging, going to stay in play, or in the field of play, but can't quite get to it was Goswick. So strike one. But Seminole State out of Oklahoma is up on Central Alabama 2-1 in the bottom half of the third. Chipola out of Florida is leading Howard 2-0 top of the fourth. And going to get caught trying to delay still or take too much of a lead. Sophie Wunderlich gets stranded out, and Shelby Court able to force her one way and make the good throw over to second. So with one out, no one on the bases right now, 2 strikes at the plate. Can't get her to chase on the outside. A 1-2 pitch gets her swinging through that one for out number 2. Brings up the 9-hole Kristen Lohman.
Go, keep it going.
Now at bat, number 22, third baseman, Kristen Lohman.
As that one's popped just behind us. A 1 pitch from Dart. Fouled that one back. Quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Apache fans on the baseball side in the bottom of the 7th. TJC leading Northlake 6-2 in that District C tournament. So 0-2 pitch, can't get her to chase on the lower half, so ball 1. One-two pitch now from Dart. That one's popped up. Casey Parker able to haul that one in easy. So 1, 2, 3. Down for Three Rivers in the bottom half of the second. They'll get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. So after 2 complete, TJC trails this one 2-0. Winner advances to play tomorrow at noon local. Both these teams trying to fight to stay alive. Due up for Tyler in the top half of the third. 1, 2, 3. Paysinger, Snow, and Goswick. We'll be back in a minute.
Leading off the top of the third, number 35, designated player Courtney Heller.
The announcer must be a little bit off, as it's Brianna Paysinger. All last top of the second, he announced the wrong lineup.
Correction, at the plate is Brianna Paysinger.
As ball 1 was low and inside, Paysinger grounded out to second back in the first inning. And that one's going to foul off in between her legs. So 1-1 count now for Paysinger.
Let's go, Bree.
Burnett in the circle today. 5.21 ERA, 3-3 record, 21 appearances, 6 starts. As that one's popped deep left field, Back at the wall is Law with the catch. So Paysinger hits it deep out to left field, but
Next at bat for the Apaches, number 15, right
Law able
fielder,
to snag
Rebecca
that
Snow.
one. Brings up Rebecca Snow. Snow walked and got caught stealing in the first inning. Looks at ball one. As that one breaks just back across the plate for strike one. Realize I didn't put the 2 runs up. Apologize for that on that scoreboard. Three Rivers is up 2-0 here in the top half of the third in this elimination bracket game. As that one slapped out to Law and left, but Law has to let it one bounce to her. So Snow will get on by way of a single out to left. So with 1 out, 1 on, Mackenzie Goswick comes up. Back in the first, she had a single to center, a stolen base, but got stranded. And that one's going to get over to short. Glover self-step and not going to make the double. So Snow is going to be down by way of 6U. Goss will be on by way of fielder's choice.
Shelby Court.
So 2 outs. Brings Shelby Court to the plate. Flew out deep to right back in the first inning. And that's roped out to left. Has a shot and it's almost gone. It missed the top yellow by 6 inches. She roped that one. She'll get a stand-up double. Goswick will end up on third. Court, the 2B7.
Next up for the Apaches, number 35.
That barely missed going over.
Courtney Heller.
So with runners in scoring position, Courtney Heller comes up. Struck out swinging back in the second inning. So 2 outs, 2 on. As that one bounces in for ball 1. 1-0 pitch from Burnett. Ball 2. As the sun continues to set, the lights are on. So we'll keep checking, make sure that the autofocus is keeping up with the change in lights. So 3-0 count to Heller at the plate. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. And going to be ball 4 on the outside.
Now for the Apaches, number 17, third base.
So bases are loaded. Goswick is at third. Shelby Court at second. Courtney Heller at first. As ball 1 comes across, low and inside. Casey Moore, last inning, had a single over to right. There's Three Rivers. Takes a minute to talk about it. Yeah, as that sun goes down, we'll keep trying to monitor the situation, make sure that we're able to keep most of the picture in frame and clear for you. So 1-0 count at the plate for Casey Moore. Bases are loaded for Tyler, 2 outs. Three Rivers leading this one 2-0 here in the top half of the third. And that's going to be a ball on the inside. Ball 3 on the outside. Burnett in a hole, 3-0 in a circle. Casey Moore looks at ball 4 on the inside, so TJC is on the board with Goswick coming across the plate. Cord advancing to third, Heller to second. Casey Moore walks, and that's back-to-back walks. So that brings up Casey Parker. First pitch fouled that one off. Cord at third, Heller at second, Moore at first. Shortstop Casey Parker at the plate. And strike 2 called on the outer half. Oh, 2 count now for Parker at the plate. And it's that one foul down the third base line fence. Reset an 0-2 pitch for Parker. 2 outs, bases loaded for Tyler. And that's going to be an easy dribbler over to third. Lohman picks it up, steps on the bag. And that'll be a
third, 1 run, 2 hits, 0 errors, 3 left on base.
5U to get Courtney Heller out. But TJC gets 1 across on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on. So we'll go to the bottom half of the third. Due up for Three Rivers, 1, 2, 3. Elfrink, Carpenter, and King. TJC trailing this one after 2.5, 2-1 in this elimination bracket contest here at the 2018 NJCAA National Tournament. We'll be back in a minute.
Leading off the bottom of the third for Three Rivers, number 4 center fielder, Lindsay Alpha.
Elfrink leads it off for Three Rivers here in the bottom half of the third. Strike 1 from Dart in the circle. Ball 1. For all the Apache fans, TJC won their game versus Northlake 10-2 in 7 innings. As that's a stab over to Parker, stops, pops, throws. And Elfrink goes down by way of 6-3.
First
But TJC will play the winner out of Eastfield Coastal Bend that played earlier. Or Brookhaven and Eastfield that played earlier. And that one sails long but foul. Dart ahead of this count 0-2. Carpenter struck out swinging back in the first. And that's going to be in play. 2 hops over towards the fence. And there's going to be an interference call as Goswick and Carpenter get tangled up at first. Goswick was headed out to catch a relay and tangled up the feet with Carpenter, so Carpenter will get over to second.
Next up, number 11 catcher. Casey
So 1 out, Carpenter on second. Brings up Gracie King. 1 pitch, pop up. Casey Parker able to snag that one at the back of the infield, so F6. So 2 outs, Carpenter on second.
Now at bat, number 4.
Brings up Allison Pingle. Back in the first inning at a 2 RBI double. And it scored Three Rivers only 2 runs so far. As that's a ball on the inside. One-0 as that's smoked deep left field, and that's going to be another 2 RBIs. Two home run shot for Pingle. So TJC now down 4-1. Coming in to pitch for Tyler's number 20.
Number 8, left field, Allie Law.
Audrey Pickett. So TJC now trails 4-1.
Designated visiting team, the CSI. The leading batter is number 7, center fielder, Hannah Prest Peterson. Batting second, number 11, left fielder, Haley Hicks. Batting third, number 13, first baseman, Nicole Renner. Batting cleanup, number 8, second baseman.
So with 2 outs, TJC down 4-1 now here in the bottom half of the third. Pickett comes in to pitch in relief.
Batting seventh, number 15, pitching is Kristen Evans. Batting eighth,
No pitcher for Apaches, number 20, Audrey Pickett.
batting ninth, number 3, right fielder, Anderson Sierra.
To the plate is number 8, Allison Law. Struck out swinging back in the first.
Number 23, designated player, Peyton Gunn.
Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch from Pickett is a ball low and inside for ball 1. Strike 2 called. One, 2 count, 2 outs And gets her to swing through that one for strike 3. But the damage is done once again by Pingel. They get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on base.
2 hits.
So after 3 complete, TJC trails this one 4-1. After 3 complete. Had the wrong indication on my scorecard, but after 3 complete, TJC trails this one 4-1. Due up for Tyler in the top half of the 4th, 8-9-1. Pete, Ryan, and Paysinger. We'll be back in a minute.
Next up for CSI, number 13, Nicole Winner.
Now up for the Apaches.
Leading off for the Apaches in the top half of the 4th is Mackenzie Peak. Struck out looking back in the 2nd. New pitcher in the circle for Three Rivers is Carrie Hatridge. Hatridge a 5.70 ERA, 3.2 record on the year, 16 appearances, 4 starts, 1 complete game. As strike 1 comes across.
Come on, Ace, let's go. Let's go.
Has 43 innings pitched, giving up 63 hits as that one's fouled. 43 runs, 35 earned, 27 walks, and 25 strikeouts.
Good now, hey, let's go. Work hard right here.
Now back to CSI, number 8, Delaney Goldwagon.
As that sun continues to drop, have to try to refocus, get up there and refocus on the iPad because that is the lens and everything. So as the readjust to the lights on the field, hopefully that is a lot brighter for you. 2-2 count at the plate for Mackenzie Pete. And that's hit right back up the center. Going to be a base hit to center. So Mackenzie Pete gets a leadoff hit.
Next up for the Apaches. Number
Brings
4,
up left fielder Mackenzie Ryan. And first pitch swinging, that has a chance on the right side. One bounces to the wall. Mackenzie Pete didn't have a choice. The play was almost made, so he's trying to hold up.
Next up for the Apaches, number 3, center field.
So Pete able to get the second before the forced throw is made. Ryan gets a 1B9 down the right field line. Brings up top of the order Brianna Paysinger. Grounded out to second and flew out to left. Ball 1 on the outside. TJC trailing this one 4-1, 1-0 count. Ball 2 up and away. Back-to-back leadoff singles to start this top half of the fourth. Mackenzie Pete sits on second. Mackenzie Ryan on first. Paysinger looks at strike one.
Come on, Bree. Nobody better.
Looks at ball three, low and away. And checking some of the comments there on YouTube, yes, you can tell the sun still has a little bit of shining on that back left side of your screen, or the left side of your screen where that sun's setting at. Still throwing that, and that's going to be a single up the middle, and Pete's going to slide in. The TJC will get a score on that one. Mackenzie Ryan stays on second. Paysinger gets an RBI single up the middle. But with that sun setting in that back left corner for us, hopefully that'll help line out. It'll steadily drop where it'll be all candlesticks by the end of this one. That's ball one. Up and away. Still no outs. Runners at second, or first and second. Looks at ball two, and that's going to get away. Runners will advance one. So Mackenzie Ryan now is 60 feet away at third. Paysinger at second. Both have the speed to score quickly if Snow can get this one in play.
CSI scored no runs on one hit. There were no errors and 3 left on base.
And that one slapped down the left field line, foul. See where the Moores family and friends watching in from Tomball, Texas. I know several family and friends watching back home couldn't make the trip out. The 3-1 count now for Rebecca Snow at the plate. Runners at second and third. And that's going to be ball four, bases are loaded.
Gosh, let's go. Hit your pitch, kid.
Next up for the Apaches. Number 19,
So sitting on third is Mackenzie Ryan. On second, Brianna Paysinger. On first, Rebecca Snow. At the plate, Mackenzie Goswick. Goswick back, or she is 1 for 2, a single and a stolen base, but stranded back in the first, and got on by way of a fielder's choice. But had a run scored back in the third. TJC trailing this one 4-2. And looks like they're going to have a pitching change, as the coaches were for Three Rivers were signaling each other. We'll try to figure out who that is. Coming in to pitch is number 17 for Three Rivers, and I'm not showing a 17 on the NJCAA stat roster, so
Up the wall is number 20, Alyssa Anderson.
So we'll try to figure out who number 17 is, or if someone Might know who that is. Let us know.
Let's go, guys. Keep the line moving, kid. Keep the line moving.
So with bases loaded, no outs, Mackenzie Goswick at the plate. Ball one high. And from what I can tell, 17 is Macy Rogers. Ball two, low. Macy Rogers, listed number 20 in the stats as a jersey number, but 4.13 ERA, 11-2 record, 19 appearances, 18 starts, 3 complete games, 1 shutout, 78 innings pitched, 2-0 pitch, ball 3 on the outside. 78 innings pitched, 107 hits given up, 63 runs, 46 of those earned, 26 walks, 72 strikeouts. So 3-0 count now for Goswick at the plate. And that's going to be ball 4 up and in. So Mackenzie Ryan walks in for a score. Paysinger moves to third. Becca Snow at second. Mackenzie Goswick draws the back-to-back walk. So Shelby Court looks at strike one. So it's a 4-3 ball game now. Court 1 for 2. Flew out to right in the first and had a shot to a double out to left back in the third inning. And that one's fouled back. So 0-2 count, no outs, bases are loaded. Shelby Court at the plate. And that one's going to walk through, and Paysinger's going to make a play for the plate. All runners will advance. Paysinger will score. And ball game is even at 4s. Rebecca Snow moves over to third. Goswick to second. Eliminates the force out play. So Shelby Court now at the plate. 1-2 count. And swings through that. That one rising up and in. So for one out now for Tyler.
Third base, Casey Moore.
Courtney Heller now at the plate. The PA announcer is once again off. So one out, runners at second and third. Courtney Heller at the plate. Looks at ball one.
At the plate is Courtney Heller.
Heller struck out swinging in the second, walked in the third. 1-0 pitch now for Rogers. And that one straight to shortstop Carpenter. And already coming off with Goswick. So got her on the tag. So Heller will be out by way of L6 and Goswick on the tag, 6U. But TJC brings 7 to the plate. Gets 3 runs on 3 hits.
After the top of the
no
field,
errors
3
and
runs,
1
3
left
hits,
on.
0 errors, 1 left on base.
So after 3.5, back evened up on the scoreboard, 4-4. Bottom half for Three Rivers, 6, 7, 8. Due up at the plate, Gunn, Wunderlich, and Rogers. We'll be back in a minute.
Coming up to bat for the Lady Raiders, number 23, designated player Peyton Gunn.
Peyton Gunn looks at ball one. Lead off the bottom half of the fourth inning. And that one's popped over to Mackenzie Pete. Little one-hop high bouncer. Pete able to get that one out by way of 4-3. Hopefully fix that little bit of dark screen there as that sun continues to set. So with one out, brings to the plate Sophie Wunderlich. Singled out to left and caught stealing back in the second. And just a great movement on that one for strike one. Scoreboard operator also a little bit lagging as that one's chopped right back to Pickett. Sophie Wunderlich will be out by way of 1-3. Little changeup.
Now up for the Lady Raiders, number 7, right fielder, Cadrian Rogers.
And that one's fouled off the Cadrian Rogers left foot. Strike two called. So 0-2 count for Cadrian Rogers. As coach calls time to talk with Cadrian. O2 pitch coming from Pickett. And gets her looking at that one. 3 up, 3 down for Three Rivers in the bottom half of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on.
At the bottom of the
So
fourth,
after 4 complete,
0 runs, 0 hits,
we are knotted
0
at 4s.
errors, nobody left on base.
Due up for Tyler in the top half of the fifth. 6, 7, 8. Moore, Parker, and Pete. We'll be back in a minute.
First up for the Apaches, number 17, playing third base, Casey Moore.
1 error and 2 left on base.
Casey Moore leads it off. Top half of the fifth for Tyler. Strike one.
Let's go 1-7.
Macy Rogers still in the circle for Three Rivers. Has a little off-speed
CSI is number 15.
ball one, low and inside.
Kristen Evans.
And strike two called. So a 1-2 count now for Casey Moore at the plate. And just missed high.
Hey, work hard, Casey. Work hard.
Hey, watch the other way now.
2-2 count now for Moore. And she's going to get a hold of that one as it dropped out of the zone. Able to field it, though, is Wunderlich over to Pingel for out number one. So 4-3 in the scorebook.
Now batting for the Apaches, number 6, shortstop, Casey Parker.
Brings up the 7-hole Casey Parker. As looks like a little bit of issue with second base. It looks like it come up, it's not wanting to stay down. So a little bit of difficulties here on field number 4. Scoreboard and PA a little bit off tonight with trying to get things right up top, and now the second base is not wanting to sit level.
Now batting for CSI, number 24, Cameron Grover.
We'll take the time to go through, look at a couple more shout outs. And thank Justin Johnson for helping me call that Macy Rogers. That is number 17. And the field crew of Carpenter and Wunderlich fixed the City of St. George's second base. So with one out, Casey Parker at the plate. Ball one low. Parker had a single out to left in the second and grounded into a 5U for Courtney Hiller back in the third, as that one's going to dribble over to short. Throw will be made in time.
Let's start again right here.
Casey Parker goes out by way of 6-3. Brings up the 8-hole Mackenzie Pete.
Playing second base.
Struck out looking at in the second inning. Had a leadoff single and then a run scored back in the fourth. So with 2 outs, no one on here in the top half of the fifth. Looks at strike one.
Breathe, you're all right. Relax.
0-1 pitch from Macy Rogers comes in low for ball one.
Hey, watch your other way now. Cut in half. Nice side, guys. Nice side.
Ball two.
Don't drive it.
Hard hit on the ground. Let's go.
2-1 count now to Petey at the plate. 2 outs. Fouls that one back for strike 2. For those on the baseball side following this one, if you could let me know who the Apaches will be playing tomorrow in that District C tournament. Had an update. It was during that Game 3 between Brookhaven and Eastfield, as that one's made contact with and easily able to get to it is L. Frank out in center. So Pete will go down by way of F8. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base in the top of the 5th.
0 hits, no errors, and no one left on base.
But for all the baseball Apaches out there, if you can let me know who the Apaches will be playing, and I believe that is a noon Central game tomorrow in that winner's bracket.
Next to hit for the Lady Raiders, number 22, third base, Kristen Lohman.
Next up for CSI, number 11, Haley Hicks.
Due up for Three Rivers in the bottom half of the 5th, 9-1-2. Lohman, Elfrink, and Carpenter. We're knotted at 4s after 4.5. We'll be back in a minute. Leading off the bottom half of the 5th is Kristen Lohman. Looks at ball 1. Lohman flew out to short back in the 2nd. Be her 2nd at bat of the game. And that one's going to be just fouled down the third baseline. So all the baseball fans, thanks for letting us know. We play Brookhaven tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time. In that winner's bracket game at the District C tournament. Winner of that one goes over to Greenville, Tennessee for the D3 National Championships, as that one ground over to Casey Moore, easily able to get it to Goswick, down by way of 5-3.
Number 4, center fielder.
Brings up top of the lineup Sydney Elfrink. 1 for 2. Single just past third base. Casey Moore back in the 1st had a run scored and grounded over to short in the 3rd. But TJC and Brookhaven play tomorrow at 3. Game will also be provided on our YouTube channel, as that one's fouled and chopped back to us. Also, if those were following earlier, or not following earlier during game 1, as ball 1 comes across, the Apache men's tennis team went 9-0 on the day, 6-0 in singles, 3-0 in doubles. So they were in the finals of all their flights at the 2018 national tournament. Two count now at the plate for Elfrink, and gonna check swing, called strike.
Next up for the Lady Raiders.
So brings the second hole, Kristen Carpenter. Struck out swinging back in the 1st. Had a single out to right and a run scored in the 3rd. As that first pitch swinging over to Parker. Slings it over to Goswick, get the out. So 1, 2, 3 goes down in order. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on. As we head to the top half of the 6th.
hit, 0 errors.
TJC 4, Three Lakes 4. Up for TJC 912, Ryan Pasinger Snow. We'll be back in a minute.
Leading off the top of the 6th for the Apaches. Number 4, left field, Mackenzie Ryan.
Top half of the 6th inning. Still knotted at 4 in this elimination bracket game between Tyler and Three Rivers. Both vying to try to play at the 12 p.m. local game tomorrow to stay alive. Mackenzie Ryan leads things off. Fielder's choice back in the 2nd. A single out to right and a run scored in the 4th. Macy Rogers back in the circle, and that's fouled back out of play down the right field line. For men's tennis in those finals tomorrow, they lead 45-42 over ASA Miami. TJC needs 3 wins to tie for the national title or 4 wins to win the title outright. And on the baseball side for tonight, John Mike Bounds hit a grand slam in the bottom half of the 7th to do the run rule over North Lake. As strike 3 looking for Mackenzie Ryan. So with 1 out, we go back to the top of the order. Brianna Pasinger.
Number 3 playing center field, Brianna Pasinger.
So a well-timed, well-placed hit for John Mike Bounds. Congratulations to him and the Apache baseball team for advancing in their tournament. .1-0 pitch to Pasinger. And that's going to be ball 2, low and away. And check that, that's a 1-1 count. Now to Pasinger at the plate. Swings through that one for strike 2. And that's going to fall into play in center. So Pasinger will get a 1B8 out of the deal.
Next to bat for the Apaches, number 15 playing right field, Rebecca Snow.
Brings to the plate Rebecca Snow. Looks at ball 1. And a little bit of apologize to the Elfrink family. I was going off of one of the scorecards. It's Lindsay, not Sydney. And it was going off of one of the scorecards they passed to us for broadcasting, so apologize for that. It's Lindsay Elfrink, not Sydney Elfrink. Three-0 count. As Snow draws a walk. Ball 4. So Paysinger on second. Rebecca Snow now on first. Brings up to the plate Mackenzie Goswick. 1 out, 2 on. Goswick at the plate.
After 2, Wallace scored no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base.
Strike 1 on the lower half. Low and outside, but oh, 1 pitch coming from Macy Rogers. And that slap just foul down the third baseline. Oh, 2 count for Goswick at the plate. 1 out. Paysinger on second. Snow on first. And that's going to be a base hit. Can't field it is left fielder Law. Paysinger will score. And coming sliding at the plate, no play, is Rebecca Snow. As that ball was roped out to left field, bobbled at the feet of left fielder Law. And Goss gets a 2B7. All right, check that. She'll get a 2B7, and on the throw, she advances over to third. So Goswick sits at third, 1 out. Shelby Court now at the plate. One 1-0 count to Court. And that's going to find a gap knocked down by shortstop Carpenter. Able to get it at the edge of the dirt on the left side, but Goswick will score. Court will get a 1B6 and an RBI.
Correction number 35, designated player Courtney Heller.
So TGC now up 7-4, 1 out. Court on first, Heller at the plate. And strike 1 called. A 1-0 pitch coming from Rogers. Ball 1. Uh, 2-1. That one was called a strike. Court goes to steal second. So 1-2 count. Apologize for that. 1-2 count. Don't trust the scoreboard here. So 1-2 count. Court at second. 1 out for Tyler. Courtney Heller at the plate. Looks at ball 2 low and away. One of those games that it's nice that the scoreboard is just out of focus, because it's, for those that rely on the scoreboard, it's pet peeve, but ball 3 up and in. So Courtney Heller full count at the plate. Shelby Court sits in scoring position at second. 1 out. And that one's going to kick over to short. Can't quite make the play. It's going to boot off the glove as Court advances over to third. Heller will get on by way of E6.
Casey Moore.
And we're going to get a runner. We'll get a runner for Courtney Heller, and that's number 16, Jaden Lance. So Jaden Lance will run for Courtney Heller.
16.
As you hear the umpire trying to yell up to the crow's nest, maybe they'll get it right, maybe they won't. It's a 50-50 bet. Vegas is just an hour and 45 minutes south of here, so. So runners at the corners, 1 out. At the plate, Casey Moore. And swings through that one. Looked like more of a hit and run. Not sure what Three Rivers was arguing, but runners at second and third now as Lance gets over to second. That one's got a little bit high for a ball 1. So 1-1 count for Moore at the plate. And that's going to be put in play. Third looks over, makes sure Shelby Courts get there or stays there. So Lohman over to Pingel for out number 2.
Next up for the Apaches.
So brings up Casey Parker.
Casey Parker.
Up to the plate, 2 outs. Shelby Court sits on third. Jaden Lance running for Courtney Heller is on second. It's going to be strike 1. The 0-2 pitch from Rogers. Called strike 2. Looked at ball 1 on the outside. And that one's right back up the middle. Trying to make a play is short and just going to get her is Carpenter to Pingel. So 6-3. Apaches bring 8 batters to the plate. get 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on. So TJC puts up 3 runs in that top half of the 6th. We're currently
Leading off the bottom of the 6th.
at
for Three
7-4.
Rivers.
Tyler
Number
headed to
11,
the
catcher
bottom of the
Gracie
6th.
King.
Up 4, 3 Rivers, 3, 4, 5. King, Pingel, and Law. We'll be back in a moment. Leading off for 3 Rivers here in the bottom half of the 6th, Gracie King. And that one's popped up. Gonna get the out. Pickett was able to grab it as it bounced up a little bit further before Court could get to it, and fires it over to Goswick. So Gracie King out by way of 1-3.
Allison Pingle.
Brings up Allison Pingle. Pingle been the lead hitter for 3 Rivers in this one. Looks at ball 1 on the outside. Rivers 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs on the night. Had a 2 RBI double back in the first and a 2-run shot over left back in the third. Two-0 pitch from Pickett, and going to be grounded over to Parker, and takes a funny hop and off the glove. I'll initially probably call that one an E6. Fielded cleanly, could be a play. I'll
Next
check
up
with
for the Lady Raiders, number
what
8,
they
left field, Allie Law.
come up with on the live stats portion. Yeah, they'll call it a E6. And number 2, Sydney Tollison, will run for Allison Pingel. And that one fouled down the line. At the plate is Allison Law, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts swinging. And ball 1 on the outside. Both squads trying to advance to play tomorrow. And that's ball 2 up and away. Winner of this one will face Chipola tomorrow, as Chipola beat Howard 3-1. And that one is a shot out to right center. Gonna get just over the fence. So a 2-run shot by Allison Law. Brings the game within 1. With 1 out,
23, designated player Peyton
brings to the plate Peyton Gunn. So winner of this one will play tomorrow at noon local time, 1 o'clock Central, against Chipola, the number 2 seed, who lost a heartbreaker in 8 innings to Eastern Arizona earlier today. And that one's lined up the middle for a hit out to center.
Next at bat for the Lady Raiders, number 13, playing
So
second
Peyton
base,
Gunn on first,
Sophie
1 out.
Wonderlich.
And Sophie Wunderlich now in the box. And going to have another runner come on for Peyton Gunn. That is number 21. That's Kyra Cunningham. So Cunningham to run for Gunn. Wunderlich at the plate. And that one's choked up on the handle. Grounds over to short where Parker able to get the force at second. Gets the lead runner.
Next up for the Lady Raiders,
So it'll be
number
6.
correction, number 7, playing right field, Adrian Rogers.
6-4 on the out at second. Wunderlich stays by way of fielder's choice. Cabrian Rogers now at the plate with 2 outs. Swings through that one for strike 1. And gets her to swing through that one for strike 2. So 2 outs, 1 on. 0-2 count at the plate now for Cabrian Rogers. And just off the outside corner. Gets her to swing through that one for strike 3. So 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on.
So after the bottom of the 6th, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base.
2 hits, apologize about that. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left on. As we head to the top of the 7th. Up for Tyler, 8-9-1. Pete, Ryan, and Paysinger. We'll be back in a minute.
Let's go, Luke. Hey, stay behind and drive hard. Come on, man. Get hard. Let's go, Luke. Stay behind us. We need runners. Come on, Petey. Ain't you ready, Luke? Take a deep breath. Let's go.
Mackenzie Pete leads things off for Tyler in this top half of the 7th. This 1-run ball game where the winner advances. As that one's reached out and out to right center, going to be a single for Mackenzie Pete to lead off the top half.
Next up for the Apaches, number 4, playing left field, Mackenzie Ryan.
Next at bat is number 44, Cameron Goldberg.
And run for Mackenzie Pete is Lexi Hager. So Lexi Hager into run for Mackenzie Pete is at first. As bunted over. Sack bunt by Mackenzie Ryan. Advances Hager over to second.
Next up for the Apaches, number 3.
So top of the lineup, Paysinger. 2 for 4. 2 runs scored, an RBI. So with 1 out in the top half of the 7th, Paysinger at the plate. Hager on second. Oh, 1 pitch from Rogers. Gets her to swing through that one upstairs. One out. Hager on second. Paysinger at the plate. Swings through that one. Going to be a high fly ball out to center. Able to get to it is Elfrink. So that's a F8 in the scorebook. So with 2 outs, Hager sits on second. Rebecca Snow comes up to the plate. 1 for 1 with 3 walks or a run scored for the day. Ball 1. Low and away. Swings through that one for strike 1. One count for Snow at the plate, 2 outs. And that one's going to go right back up the middle. That'll be a hit. Paysinger's going to try to make a play at the plate and score. Throw is cut off. Thrown over to second. It's going to hit Snow in the left shoulder. Trying to fire it over there. But
next up for the Apaches is number 19.
Lexi Hager will come all the way around from second.
Come on, Kinsey, we need you now.
Score now 8-6. As just checking on Rebecca Snow. Snow will get a 1B8 and then the extra bag on the throw. So brings up to the plate Mackenzie Goswick.
Nobody better, Kinsey.
Come on, guys.
2 outs here in the top half of the 7th. Snow on second, Goswick at the plate. Fouls that one back out of play.
Ain't nobody better in there, kid. Go. Hey, watch it all the way. Cut it fast. Let's cut it fast.
Go, guys.
I think it's getting ready. Yeah. Move her. Bring her home.
0-1 count now for Goss at the plate. Pitch from Rogers.
Get
Ball one, low and away.
The
1-1 count to Goswick.
score after 3.5 is
And that's popped up. Ball is trailing. Going to be able to catch it, though, is Law. So in the top half of the inning with F7, TJC gets 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base.
0 errors and 1 left on base.
So we'll head to the bottom half of the 7th. TJC leading this one 8-6. Due up for Three Rivers is 9-1-2. Loman, Lindsay Elfrink, and then Kristen Carpenter. We'll be back in a moment.
3 in or 8.
Now batting for Three River, number 22, playing third base, Kristen Lohman.
ID, let's go. 110. Let's go. Let's go,
For Three Rivers in the bottom half of the 7th, Kirsten Lohman, 1 pitch, dribbled back over to Pickett, out by way of 1-3. TJC 2 outs from advancing.
Next up for the Lady Raiders, number 4, playing center field, Lindsay Elfrink.
And now bringing in a
Correction, pinch hitting.
pinch hitter for Lindsay Elfrink will be number 12.
Lacey Carter.
Gracie Kargek. Kargek looks at ball 1. Looks at ball 2 low.
now
2-0 pitch now from, going to be foul. 2-0 pitch from Pickett is fouled down the right field line. Two 2-1 pitch. Changeup is beautiful across the plate, but going to go in for a ball. So 3-1 pitch now to Kargek at the plate. Strike 2 called. Brings the count back to full. And gets that one dribbled over to Pete. Pete snags it and tosses it over. Out by way of 4-3. So TJC 1 out from staying alive.
Next up for the Lady Raiders, number 1, playing
Three Rivers 1 out from elimination from this 2018 tournament. Ball 1 across to Kristen Carpenter. And changeup comes across for strike one.
Let's go, D!
1-1 pitch now from Pickett. Ball 2 low and in. Carpenter 1 for 3. Strikeout swinging back in the first. Single to right and a run scored in the second. And a ground out right back to the pitcher. And Pete's going to one bounce, try to sling it over. And going to say that Goswick is off. It's a bang play at first. So it'll be a 1B4. Brings up Gracie King.
Now for Three Rivers, number 11 playing catcher, Gracie King.
Strike one called on the outside corner. And that one's right over to Pete, able to get to it, and TJC stays alive. TJC will hold on to this one, actually come back down 4-1.
So at the end of 7, we have 0 runs, 1 hit.
So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for Three Rivers in the bottom half of the second. TJC holds on.
Tyler Apache
Or battles back and holds on to win this one 8-6
over the Lady Raiders of Three Rivers.
And the Apaches will advance to play number 2 seed Chipola in an elimination game tomorrow at noon local time here, 1 o'clock Central. Chipola beat Howard earlier 3-1, so TJC versus Chipola at 12 o'clock local time, 1 o'clock Central time. We'll go on air right about 12:45 local time, or 12:45 Central time, 11:45 you're following in the mountains. So TJC holds on to this one, stays alive, and will play on Friday and extend their tournament out. We'll go ahead and try to check in. And I want to thank Mark Johnson for chiming in there. There's a couple guys that have come out to a lot of the home games there in Tyler, following the Apaches all year long. So glad that able to bring this to you, and we'll live to play another one. It'll be game number 23 of the tournament, which we'll still be able to cover that one. So again, we'll be back on air about 11:45 Mountain Time, 12:45 Central, as TJC wins this one and advances on to play Chipola tomorrow in another elimination bracket game. For everybody back home, Sherry Hardwood, I think, is the only one back in Tyler. Kelsey Weeks and Dr. Tim Drain over there in the Plano area covering tennis and baseball. And who can forget out the tag-along Mr. Eddie McGuire, taking care of all the teams, head trainer, out on that end. But we'll close it out here. Chuck Smith, Associate Athletic Director here at Tyler Junior College. And until next time, thanks and go Apaches.